unfortunately, all wound up here about the tires going on.
I mean, what you have to make him understand is everybody's sliding around right now. We're 27 laps into a run.
He's a very emotional guy. Don't leave him hung out there like that. We're going to fix it. Talk to him.
Terry Labonte, it's reported, had a tire going down and now comes to pit road for service.
And even though we're getting close to time for green flag stops, this would not put Terry in a window where he could do it on one more stop.
Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart, they've run away from Kurt Busch and Robbie Gordon. You see that gap open up from second to third and third to fourth.
I believe you'll see that little gap between the 24 car to 20 car stay about the same. Tony closes, Jeff will pick it up.
And Darrell, about the only thing as a crew chief that you can do when your driver says it's sliding around in the race. You really can't make wedge adjustments because remember, we're turning left, we're turning right. You fix it one way, you hurt it another. But all you can do for these long runs is lower the air pressure down in those tires because it builds so much on a long run with heat.
Yeah, all that 800 horsepower snatching at those rear tires in second gear, third gear, it just makes the rear tires mad. All you can do is just start off with air pressure maybe a little bit lower.
Watching Jeff Burton, Mike Skinner comes to pit road for his first stop of the day. Here's Dick Berggren.
Burton has dropped from third where he started all the way back to 12th, Mike, and his problems are multiple. Under the hood, the engine is sputtering when he picks up the throttle, and the back tires don't want to grab. He has asked to have the car tightened up on his pit stop. To Jeff Hammond.
Right now, Dale Jarrett started back in 37th, has only been able to get up about 5 positions, mainly because the guy's pitting. His car's not very good, has no forward bite, but he expects to pit around lap 36 and make some adjustments to hopefully get him back in this race.
Thanks, Jeff. Mike Skinner took on 4 tires, came back out.
Pretty early, Larry, 28 laps, so they're not anywhere near the window.
Well, again, if you can't go the distance, you don't want, you know, if you can't go to 36 or 37 laps, you don't want to take a chance. You don't want to run out on this 2-mile racetrack.
No, and there's a 40 car coming down pit road. We saw him smoking, and he's, I think he's just giving up the fight.
Ron Fellows completes his first stop and goes back out. And as Larry said at the top of the program, you can make a pit stop here under green easily without losing a lap. So we'll see a lot of that.
Oh, that's so critical. And what I was talking to Larry about was how often does that happen? Every time we come here.
Turn 7. See the new terraces up there for the fans all the way down through the S's, so a lot more seating capacity here. There's that carousel, Darrell.
Yeah, there's the old
5 and 6.
The old part of the track.
They've run that carousel type corner and then back up to turn 7.
When we come out on the drag strip and then run up to turn 7 up there. A totally different configuration of what we're looking at today.
About the first 7 or 8 years we raced out here, came here for the first time in 1989, we raced that full course.
You believe a Buick won here in 1989?
I believe a Buick has won a lot of races in Winston Cup.
I know Ricky Rudd was the driver. Now, who was that?
I think it was that guy sitting in the hot tub during the freeway.
Yeah, I think his name was McReynolds.
I do wish you'd get a little bit better cigar, though. That was about to choke me to death.
Oh, the filter again. Yeah. Somebody lit the dump on fire.
That's just what it was. I thought the hot tub was on fire.
Tony Stewart in his 20 car. This is the same car that he won with here a year ago. And we mentioned Jeff Gordon in the 24 car. That group, they decided to build a brand new race car. I tell you, teams take road courses serious. Out of the 45 teams that showed up here on Friday for qualifying, 34 teams tested either here or at a road course somewhere on the East Coast.
Well, it's like I told Ron Fells and Boyd said, and there's others in this same category. Hey, if you're a good road racer, take advantage of it. I mean, you know, you got that going for you. Take advantage of it.
Well, Morissette is in for his first scheduled stop. They make a wedge adjustment. Morris, his big goal, he told me this morning, to see the green flag, which he did, run all day, score a top 10, and be there at the end. A little bit of damage to the left front valence.
The important thing to remember is if the caution comes out, these cars that have just been on pit road won't have to stop. They would likely stay out and gain track position.
They gain a lot of track position.
And that's what Larry was talking about. If you don't go a lap down, ideally what you want to do is make your pit stop, get back on the racetrack, and caution falls. You're at the lead. You're going to be leading the race. The other guy's got to make a pit stop.
Has just completed the 31st lap, 1.1 seconds.
You're going to be leading after the other guys make a pit stop.
But what we'll watch closely is the leaders that try to stretch this to 36 laps. We know they're on the agenda and the strategy of doing this race on 2 stops. These guys pitting right now, we know they're going to have to make 2 more stops. They can't go to lap 112 by just making 1 stop.
And as I said in the opening, I'm a little concerned because of that extra couple of parade laps we made around here that doesn't play into the fuel mileage game right now.
Leaders there in turn 7. Hunt Strickland has made a pit stop in the Hills Brothers Dodge. He's back out. There's turn 4 at the right of your screen and the short chute that connects them.
There's Ford, and you come across here, and this is a good little straightaway right here. You get a good bit of speed, and you got to check up real hard right here. Get up on that rumble strip, and that sets you up for the S's. Inside, let it swing outside, inside, outside. Just come down through there. Just waltz it. You waltz that baby down through there.
That's 5th, 6th, and 7th. Matt Kenseth, Bill Elliott, Bobby Labonte. And here's Stewart on pit road.
This would be what I would expect to be about normal for based on the parade laps we made and where they are on fuel mileage.
So at 32 laps, Tony Stewart comes in.
You just can't take a chance, Mike, of running out of gas up at the far end of the racetrack.
Robbie Gordon's in with him. Brett Bodine has made a stop. And here's Matt.
Tony Stewart hits pit road a lap early. Greg Zipadelli had scheduled him for lap 33. Stewart hits his marks. They're going to make an air pressure adjustment. Remember, early in the race, he was reporting that he had extremely loose race cars. The 31 of Robbie Gordon is in. He, too, needed help with forward fight, as does Stewart. They're going to work on Stewart's car with air pressure. They were also going to make an air pressure adjustment on the 31 as Stewart is down and away. They're still working on the left front of Robbie Gordon's car, and service is completed.
Jimmy Spencer was in, and now John Andretti is making a stop.
Boy, what a stop on that 20 car. 14 seconds flat, 4 tires. Every pit stop that they all make here, turning left, turning right, if using both sides, 4 tires. Dick Burton, our leader, is slow.
And they're not exactly sure why it's broken. I'm listening to Ricky on the radio. Gordon has simply said something has broke. They thought maybe he was out of gas, but he has said something in the engine has failed.
Before he gets on the pillow, let's go to Pat Patterson.
All the gears are broke. All the gears are broke in the transmission on car 24, Jeff Gordon.
So our point leader, Sterling Marlin, is 13 laps down, and our point standing runner-up, Jeff Gordon, is coasting into his pit. Wow.
And here's the man right here that can capitalize on all this. He was tied with his car owner, Jeff Gordon, for second point, making his first stop here. His closest 2 competitors are in the garage here.
Steve Park has made a pit stop. There you see Jeff Burton and Jimmy Johnson coming pit side.
We got the Roush cars running 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
And Jeff Gordon has gone to the garage. His winless season continues. But I believe this will be his first DNF of the year if they can't get him back out.
Bobby Labonte, he's on pit road as well as Ricky Rudd and Ward Burton. All these scheduled pit stops.
Bill Elliott's in, as well as Johnson and Jeff Burton. We're still under the green flag, and Kurt Busch has taken over the lead because Stewart has pitted and Gordon to the garage. Dick Burton?
Jeff Burton is in. His engine is silent. It is not running right now. They're putting fuel in it and tires as well. There goes the ether into the box. Engine now fired on Jeff Burton's car. They're pushing it, trying to get it going. Burton now with a silent engine. Crew pushing it down pit road. The NASCAR officials are telling them, don't push it too far. Jeff Burton is stalled on pit road. Cannot get it going. Oh dear, what a day.
Joe Nemechek, Kyle Petty, Johnny Benson, Jeff Green have made pit stops, and now leader Kurt Busch comes in.
And what finally made Jeff Burton's car fire is they were shooting ether, starting fluid down in the air cleaner, and finally got it to pick up fuel and fire. Matt Yoakum.
And Kurt Busch looking to score his first road course win in Winston Cup competition. He, too, a little bit loose. They're going to make an air pressure adjustment in both rear tires as they come around to the left side of the car. And he is good to go.
Mark Martin should take over. Mark Martin moves into the lead. Matt Kenseth has made a pit stop. Rusty Wallace is in. Let's go to Rusty's pit.
They try to tighten that car up with some air pressure adjustments if they can. Mike Rusty complaining that the car is just plain loose. An air hose in the front to blow out the brake dust before the air wrenches get in there to change the tires. Trying to keep it a little bit more clean for the fellas working on the car. Rusty's gone.
Dave Blaney, Rusty's teammate, Ryan Newman, and Jerry Nadeau, Kenny Schrader are making pit stops, and there will be a penalty on Jeff Burton. They still have the gas can in as they were pushing him down pit road, so that's taking equipment out of your pit. Dale Jarrett is in, and Casey Atwood. Jeff Hammond.
He's on pit road, Ben.
As we talked about a little earlier on Jeff Gordon, we thought it was a transmission, but they're actually going to be changing the rear gear. They think the rear gear is broken in the 24 car. Gordon climbed from his automobile, very disgusted, went to the trailer. Hopefully we get a word from him in a minute on what happened. But also, you see the car sitting outside here in the garage area. When Jeff tried to pull in his garage stall, the 40 car, Sterling Marlin, had it blocked. So therefore, they rolled the car back outside and started to work on it. Dick?
Mark Martin will be the next man on pit road. He has stretched his fuel further than the rest of the contenders to win this event, and that has been characteristic of this team all year. They've had great speed. They've also had wonderful fuel mileage. Martin, a definite candidate to win this thing. He has finished first, second, and third in 7 out of his 13 starts here. 54% in the top 3. Nice pit stop. Mark Martin's out of here.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. is in, and this will hand the lead back to Tony Stewart. Michael Waltrip makes a stop, so does Kevin Harvick. So Stewart, who started this race on the pole and quickly lost the lead to Jeff Gordon, is back out front. Gordon and Marlin, our 2-point leaders, are in the garage.
And he's 3 1/4 seconds ahead of Robbie Gordon, who's in 3rd place. The difference, that 14-second pit stop.
Green flag all the way so far. 35 laps completed in Infineon Raceway.
And welcome back to Sonoma. Today's Track Fact brought to you by the Insider Pizza from Pizza Hut. Construction began in 1968. First Winston Cup race in June of 1989, won by Ricky Rudd. And the $50 million modernization plan taking place here, allowing for the greatest crowd ever. And the buzz about Infineon Raceway, also hosting a motorcycle, sports car, drag, and vintage car racing, as well as the Dodge Savemart 350. The best pizzas under one roof at Pizza Hut. There's your leader, Tony Stewart, and the caution just coming out on lap 38. Let's go back upstairs. Mike Joy, Darrell Waltrip, and Larry McReynolds.
Oil on the track has brought out the caution. It could have been either from Matt Kenseth's car or Kenny Schrader's, both of which were slow on the track. Likely Kenseth, because he made the turn into the garage.
Yeah, well, actually, he stopped down here in this. I thought he was going in the garage. He actually is behind the pit wall. They're working on the car as if they're trying to repair something, and it could very well be an oil leak or an oil problem.
Kenseth is also up there in the Winston Cup point standings. He came in here 5th. Look at the top point runners that have had trouble today.
It always happens here. It's Sonoma. It always happens here at this road course.
But for Mark Martin, who right now runs in the top 10, and Jimmy Johnson in the top 20, Tony Stewart, the pole sitter, is our leader.
If Jimmy Johnson can finish 7th or better, he'll leave here with a point lead.
Wow. Saturday, they renamed this track from Sears Point to Infineon Raceway. That's not a consumer goods company. They make microchips for computers, and they do a lot for the automobile industry, including ABS controllers for anti-lock brakes, airbag system controllers, and other components used by automakers.
And then back to Sterling Marlin, that will be his first DNF in 44 races.
Wow. Breaks quite a string if they're unable to get Sterling back on track. Tony Stewart leads. We're under the first caution of the day. Sonoma, Tony Stewart started on pole, and he is the race leader as Jeff Gordon has gone to the garage along with point leader Sterling Marlin. First caution of the day, oil from turn 10 to 11. So they are covering that up and trying to sweep it away as everyone comes to pit. Well, not quite everyone, but